So Raiders GM Tom Telesco, he just had his media time slot today at the combine, and there was a couple things that he addressed during his presser, which I thought was interesting. So just overall, just kind of listening to him speak, one thing that kind of popped out right away is he has a collaborative mindset. When asked just about, how he looks at the combine, how he judges a combine and evaluates people at the combine, he says, yes, he does look at the measurables, he does, pay attention to the interviews. But one thing I really liked is he said that, he still values, what the scouts have already done all year, all season, which to me is huge because he's not going to be one of the guys that gets caught up in these combine warriors, the guys that stand out while they're wearing their underwear, guys that are, bigger, stronger, faster. He cares more about the film. And to me, that's huge. To me, that's what good GMs and good scouts do. So hearing him say that was good. Also, just evaluating the player as far as their personality goes in the interview. So he said, yeah, we speak to him about 15 minutes, but I'm more interested in, doing a deep dive in the research of the player. Not really interested in what they want to tell me, more interested in, hey, what has this guy been doing the past 3-4 years? What can we uncover? To me, that's huge because you get people like Damon Arnett, who probably sat in these interviews and said all the right things, but he's a piece of crap. So just doing the true due diligence, not being lazy, that's key. Again, I value the combine, but the combine is not the all in be all, so I definitely enjoyed hearing him say that. When talking about the quarterback, he did say, some of the biggest attributes that he's looking for is like just overall leadership and toughness and preparation skills. I think that was key. Someone that's going to prepare, when you think about that, those are attributes that I think Aiden O'Connell has. I feel like maybe his leadership, he's kind of a quiet leader, but maybe he'll get more confident as time goes on. But, as they're evaluating other quarterbacks, maybe he wants more of a vocal leader. Maybe he wants somebody that's tough and gritty, someone that is known for being studious. So, again, as we go through this evaluation process on the offseason, kind of take a look at some quarterbacks who kind of fit into that category. Me personally, when you're thinking about toughness, Caleb Williams does not check that box to me. Whereas, someone like Jaden Daniels is seems like he's tough. I'm not a big JJ McCarthy fan, but I can say he's tough. He's gritty, has good leadership skills. So just a couple things to look into, as we're all kind of doing our own evaluation. He also went and talked about the running back position. So there was a question asked about Josh Jacobs. So he definitely respects Josh. You can tell he likes Josh. But he did pretty much say that, the whole like bell cow running back, having a true lead back is not something that he expects. He more or less believes in that running back by committee. He said sometimes you need, 2, 3, sometimes 4 running backs. So I thought that was interesting. And then when they're talking about the franchise tag, he did say he doesn't expect to use a franchise tag. He didn't basically take it off the table, but he did say, I don't plan on, using the franchise tag. So I thought that was interesting. But he did say, he kind of wants to set the precedence of the Raiders they will re-sign their own.
I mean, he's a high-level player, and I do want to establish a philosophy with the Raiders that we like to re-sign our own. Doesn't bother me that I didn't draft him. He's a Raider, and he was drafted by the Raiders. So,
to me, that's big because, being able to get some guys in your draft and re-signing that homegrown talent, that goes a long way. So, Josh is one of those guys. So hopefully they can come to a good agreement while they're doing their negotiation. But it seems like he does want Josh back. But, just like any business, it got to be mutually beneficial, to both parties. But that also makes me feel good about, in the future, when we're looking at the Malcolm Kuntzes of the world, the Trayvon Morgs of the world, and things like that. So, definitely looking at, re-signing our own. So I think that's awesome. And then one of the last things he was talking about is, some of the ages of the quarterbacks coming out. There was a question if you have any concerns with some quarterbacks that are coming out a little bit older. He said, quarterback position is one of those positions that you're okay with having someone a little bit older because he values that experience. Whereas some other positions, you want someone younger, it gives them more time to develop. But I thought that was interesting, his viewpoint on a quarterback. I know a lot of us are kind of focused on getting a young guy, whereas, if you get someone that has some good, college experience, they may be able to hit the ground running a little bit faster. So overall, I like what I heard from Telesco. It wasn't a long presser, but he was able to hit some of the points that I wanted to hear. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm excited about this whole combine experience, but again, we got to make sure we we control our expectations on the combine. So at the end of the day, the film is what matters. What they did on the field, what they did on the field matters. So, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. Until next time, remember, coaches and players come and go, but we must always protect the shield. You guys take care.